She instructed people to call her Godmother, and indeed, if one split that word into its constituent parts and joined them with an ampersand, it would describe well how her acolytes regarded her. In fact, Zora once called her my Mother God, and another time her true conceptual mother, not a biological accident. Zora was given to flattery in her letters, but her worshipful missives to Mason read as if they had been addressed to a pagan idol. "You renew your promise to the world," she wrote her on Mason's birthday in May 1930, and compared her to Persephone, the Greek goddess of spring, not to mention Jesus. "May I, on your emergence day, sing with my broken harp the small song of love that I am able to sing? Oh, my lovely just-born flower, if back there when you fluttered pink into this drab world, if they had but known how much joy and love you should bring, how much of the white light of God you would diffuse into soft radiance for the eyes of the primitives. The wise ones would have stood awed before your cradle and brought great gifts from afar. I am not very wise, but let me lay the gift of eternal devotion within your little manger. It is you who gives out life and light, and we who receive. I wish I knew how many you have dragged from everlasting unseeing to heaven." Zora was hardly alone in her effusions. Numerous beneficiaries of Godmother's generosity shared Zora's sense of devotion to a miraculous presence. Even back in 1923, before Mason began bankrolling the major black writers and artists of her time, the white Chicago writer Blanche Matthias described their first encounter like this: "The little figure of ivory face and white hair, with lilac dress and softest film of lace about the throat, was very exquisite, very serene and outpouring. Gently she stroked my hand and face, and then our eyes met, and I saw the flame leap up, blue as the mysterious color which springs first from the burning log, before it changes to violet and orange, and then vanishes up the chimney, to be lost in a gray wandering wraith of spent energy. That blue flame is the Godmother. I was fortified and inspired when I left, and I carried the thought of her sweetness and strength with me like a magic talisman, which I could touch at will, and with it open the door to some of life's great visions and activities." But this devotion wasn't just what Mason inspired, it was what she demanded. If they treated her like a god, she behaved like one too. She was not just a god of love, never forgetting a minutiae of their daily lives and interesting herself fully in every detail of their struggles, as Carla Kaplan, whose Miss Anne in Harlem includes the fullest depiction of Mason's extraordinary career, puts it. She was also a jealous god, controlling and wrathful. Mason was born Charlotte Vanderveer Quick in 1854, the product of a wealthy family. In 1886, she married Rufus Osgood Mason, a famous physician 24 years her senior. He practiced parapsychology and hypnotherapy. His books include Telepathy and the Subliminal Self. Many of his patients believed he had cured them through psychic healing, and his wife adopted his beliefs and practices. Moreover, she viewed him, especially after his death in 1905, as a messianic figure, and published an allegorical, religious, and lyrical essay about him, The Passing of a Prophet, 2 years later. She also believed that American Negroes and Indians were younger races unspoiled by white civilization, whose primitive creativity and spirituality would energize and renew America. After Dr. Mason died, leaving to her his vast wealth, She spent months traveling the Southwest and living with Native...
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.